Morning, everybody. Today is in the Hebrew calendar the 14th of Iyar. It's Pesach Sheni, the second Pesach. Historically speaking, for those Jews that missed out the opportunity to fulfill their obligations on the first Passover, the regular Passover, to offer a sacrifice. We're talking about the Jewish people that were leaving Egypt on the way to Israel. There were some Jews that were not pure. They were not able to do it because they were carrying the bones, the remains of Yosef. So they came to complain and they asked, Lama Nigara, why should we be exempt? Why should we be left out? Why should we miss out on the opportunity to fulfill our obligation and to connect with the mitzvah of Pesach? So Moshe Rabbeinu brought their question to Hashem, and Hashem said, okay, we'll give them a second chance, and that's Pesach Sheni. A month later, on the 14th, they will offer us, they will have time now to become pure and to make sure they're ready for it on a spiritual level, and then they'll be able to offer the sacrifice. So this became a law, not just for then, but for generations to come, that if there is ever a time that a person misses the chance to fulfill their obligation to offer the Pesach sacrifice, they're able to do it to Pesach Sheni. This is not just only if they were not able to because they were on the way, they were not pure, it didn't work out, even if on purpose. If the first Pesach, the guy said, I'm not interested, I don't care. It's okay. And then, for some reason, he got inspired and said, I really should do it. Even a person like that is allowed to do it. Now, let's try to discuss this for a second. The idea of not offering the Pesach, the Paschal sacrifice, or not being included in it, is Isser Karis. There are different punishments that come from heaven. One of them is like spiritually you're cut off. Isser Karis. So even that person has a way back, which is unthinkable, but this is the opportunity of tshuva. In a sense, this represents the idea of tshuva, how far tshuva could go, that even in a sense where it looks like there's no return, there is this concept of being able to do it. So how do we celebrate Pesach Sheni today? So the first thing we do is it's brought down that on the 14th day, which is today, we eat matzah. There's those that make a meal, you wash, your breakfast or your lunch, you wash and you eat matzah. You are able to eat it with chametz. We'll explain that in a second. But you eat matzah. There are some that actually tonight as well, the main thing is today, but tonight as well they will eat matzah again. And they will also have a hard-boiled egg, because on the Seder plate you have a hard-boiled egg that represents the second offering that you bring on Pesach. There's another carbon, chagiga. So for that, some people have an additional, this is an extra, that they will eat matzah tonight, plus to have a hard-boiled egg, just to know what other people do. This idea of being able to eat matzah today with chametz, what does that mean? So there's a difference between two types of people. There's a person that never did anything wrong. They're always doing the right thing. So they're in their own environment, and they're protected, and they do Torah mitzvahs, and they make sure they don't see or do things that they put themselves in a position that's something negative, and they have a very easy, smooth journey, more or less. Then there's a person that messed up. He knows what the world is. He knows all the taivas, all the pleasures and all the things, and he got stuck there, and finally one day he got out. But this person, in a sense, once he left, he has a certain strength that he's not pulled back in because he knows what it is, and he left. He's able to handle it. He knows what the world is telling him or calling to him, but he already knows he wants to be somewhere else. So Pesach Sheni represents that we're not afraid of the chametz. First Pesach, we want to stay away from the negative. This is the time when God revealed himself to us, and we were just the subject. Hashem was the one that was giving us all the light, all the energy. We weren't really that active in the spiritual world. When it comes to Iyar, it comes the second month, we're preparing ourselves for Shavuos, for the Torah. We're working on ourselves. We're counting the sphera. We're working on our inner the economy to work to make sure that we're better people. So now we're dealing with the negative. We're not running away from the negative. We're not scared of the negative. We can have the negative staring us in the face, and we're not going to go there. So Pesach Sheni, when you're eating the matzah, you're not worried about the chametz. The chametz is not scaring you. The chametz is not taking you away to anything else. So Hashem should help. We should be inspired to understand we have the power to do that, to be able to eat the matzah and to have the chametz there, and we should be able to elevate the matzah and the chametz to be able to do all the good things we need to do. B'kara mamish. Amen.